Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with my entire Chanel collection video. This is going to include all my handbags, SLGs, and some accessories, shoes, things along those lines. I'm not including beauty and fragrance in this video, but if you would like to see some of my Chanel items in those categories, leave me a comment down below and I'd be happy to film something for you. So I'm going to get started with some of the more miscellaneous items. The first thing I have are these. These are my eyeglasses, prescription eyeglasses that I got. This is the first pair of prescription eyeglasses that I ever got, and they are from Chanel. They are just this sort of brown color. I don't think they make this style anymore, but they are fantastic. Only problem is I got these probably about 5 or 6, 7, I'm not even sure how long ago now, and the prescription on these is a little bit low. I still wear them anyway, but I have since gotten higher prescription on my newer glasses from Ray-Ban, which were a lot less expensive than these. So kind of learned my lesson the hard way with prescription eyeglasses. I had no idea how quickly my eyes were going to deteriorate, and so yeah, I love them though nonetheless. Next up, I'm going to talk about shoes, and the first pair I have to show you are these. These are my Chanel Ballerina Flats in the classic beige with the black cap toe. I love these shoes. These were my first pair of Chanel shoes that I picked up in New York City on a trip when I met up with Nettie Ward and some other YouTubers, and had such a fantastic time. And it was Nettie who kind of talked me into purchasing such an expensive pair of shoes, since I had never taken the plunge on any sort of designer or luxury shoes previous to that, and these were amazing. I put them on and I just knew I had to have them. And the other pair of shoes that I had considered at that time, but it wasn't until probably a year or two later that I took the plunge on these, are the cap toe beige and black Slingbacks, and these are absolutely stunning. I use these for really dressier occasions, but I love wearing them kind of casually when I do get the chance to throw them on with a pair of jeans and like a blazer. They look absolutely fantastic that way too. So those are my classic Chanel shoes. Next up, I have a few SLGs from Chanel. The first one is this beautiful card holder. This is the I think it's just called the card holder in the black lambskin leather. It is so soft and luxurious, this one. There's something about lambskin, you know, sometimes it's a little tougher and sometimes it's super soft. This one happens to be super soft. I also picked this up on another trip to New York where I was with Nettie and some others, and I absolutely love it. My next SLG is the card case, I believe, and this is also in the black lambskin leather with the silver hardware. This too is super soft and luxurious. I got this one from, I'm just looking at where this is made in Spain. My other one was made in France, but this one's made in Spain. I got this one purchased off of another luxury YouTuber, Susan, and I absolutely love it. She had hardly really worn it when she got it, and I had trouble finding this style since the stores were selling ones that had the little flap, kind of like the flap bags, and I really liked this style. It was just more kind of cleaner and simpler for whatever reason, and so yeah, I bought it off of her and I absolutely love it. Next up, I have a pre-loved purchase that came in this little pouch. I don't know if this is the pouch it actually came in, but this is the Chanel O case, and it is in the mini size. I got this on Fashion File. Now the lambskin on this is not quite as soft as the others, but it is a very hard wearing lambskin, and I notice I don't really seem to see a lot of scratches or anything, which is great for kind of a larger SLG. I've just got the authenticity card inside, but this has the burgundy interior, and if I can see where it's made, this one is actually made in Italy, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And I just love the details on this little thing. I love the little CCs here on the zip, and I love the burgundy interior, and you can see a little bit of the burgundy on the zip as well. I actually tried purchasing several of these, and I thought the lambskin was too tough, and then I tried purchasing another one, and this was the one I ended up keeping. It is in perfect condition. I just think they make these in a slightly different lambskin that is a little bit, like I said, tougher and more hard wearing. It's not quite as shiny, it's not as soft, but it's perfect for what it needs to be. So yeah, that is my O case in, I think it's the small size, might be the mini size, also from Chanel. And my last Chanel SLG came in this little case, which is very similar to the case that the walks come in. And this is something I'm currently using, but I stuck it in its dust bag anyway. This is my Chanel Cosmetics case, and this is in the small size, and I absolutely am in love with this. I got this also from Fashion File. Like I said, I'm currently using it, so I've got quite a few things stuffed inside. This has a burgundy quilted wipeable lining, and there's a little I don't know if you can see that, but a little elasticized compartment in the back where you can stick things, maybe if you have jewelry you're wearing or something that you want to take off and put it in a safe place. That's a great little spot for it. This one is also made in Italy, and it's in lambskin leather. I did notice there's a difference with these on the zip. So this has this really cool silver detail zipper with the CC on the back and this little sort of quilted pattern on the front that says Chanel, if you can see that. I don't know if that's going to come up, but it is in this beautiful lambskin. Again, this is a little bit of the tougher lambskin that isn't quite as soft as my other SLGs, but I'm realizing that that may be done for a reason, because this is something I take with me in and out of my handbags a lot more than even my card cases, and it's something that is holding up really, really well, and I absolutely love it. And moving into handbags, you're going to start seeing them disappear from the shelves behind me. The first one I have to talk about is this beautiful Chanel vintage Kelly bag that is in the black lambskin leather with the silver hardware. I purchased this off of a seller on eBay, and it was in a really great shape considering its age. This one I think is definitely over 20 years, if not close to 30 years old. And it's just a great little bag. It's got this one big compartment on the back where you can put your phone, and I didn't do a great job of showing you inside, but I have everything stuffed with a pillow and its dust bag. The inside is the burgundy interior with a flat pocket and a little zip pocket behind that. So the authenticity card is in there, and I love the old CC pull detail on vintage bags. It's absolutely stunning, and I could not be happier with this. Now, in order to purchase this, I did sell my larger caviar leather Kelly bag that was a little bit too large, but I also didn't like that it was the caviar leather. I am totally a lambskin leather lover, and now all of my handbags in my Chanel collection that are leather are lambskin, and if I do find a Kelly in the larger size, or if any of you have one or know and are wanting to sell it, or know someone who has one who is wanting to sell it, that is something that I am keeping my eyes open for, and I'm looking for silver hardware and the black lambskin. I have seen one, I can't remember her name, she's on YouTube and she has one, and it's absolutely stunning. Again, it is a larger bag. This one is much better for kind of day-to-day handheld bag, but I just really love that one. So it's kind of one of those unicorn bags that I will probably be looking out for a long time before I purchase, but I am keeping it on my wish list. The next bag I have in my collection is this one. This is my Chanel single flap jumbo in the black lambskin leather with the silver hardware, and I did purchase this. Very pre-loved, very well loved. It has the older CCs that are kind of flat in the front. It's got the big pocket in the back where I like to put my cell phone, and when you open it up, it is a single flap with the burgundy interior. There's the flat pocket and the zip pocket with the little, I don't know if you can see the little pull there, but the little CC pull from Chanel. And yeah, this is a beautiful bag. I love wearing this bag when I'm dressed pretty casually and I want like a big chunky bag, or I'm carrying a lot of stuff and I want a big chunky bag. But this looks great with like long cardigans, sweaters, boots in the fall and winter. Kind of one of my favorite bags to carry during that time. And I've taken this traveling with me. I've taken it everywhere. I don't really have to baby this bag at all because it is very well loved. It's very smushy and soft. The lambskin on this is absolutely stunning. And yeah, she's an absolute beauty in my collection. Next up, I have a couple of vintage bags from Chanel. The first one is this beautiful Diana bag in the, well, this is actually beige, but it's been painted or dyed this beige color. It also has the flat CCs, and this is in the original 24 karat plated gold. And on the inside of this bag, you can see I've got it stuffed, but she also features the flat pocket and the zipper compartment like all of my bags. I really love flat bags. I tend to gravitate towards them just because they are so simple to work with, especially the single flaps, just to get in and out of. I struggle sometimes with zippers on bags depending on the bag, but this is a gorgeous, gorgeous bag. It's got a great strap drop. I highly recommend the Diana bags or the Diana flaps. And I did get questions about why I sold my other Diana flap. This one is kind of an unusual one. The other one had the more sort of curved flap in the front, and it was sort of your standard small Diana flap. And I did sell that one. These are both painted bags, or actually this one wasn't even done that well. You can see where it says, I don't know if you can see that coming through, but the Chanel was painted over right there. And so someone didn't do a great job on this, but I got this for like an amazing price. So I was willing to accept it that way, and it did come with everything. And you know, I just really loved the color of it. And this one I haven't had any issues with, but the other one did end up rubbing on some of my clothes, and the paint was coming off. One day I went out with some friends, I was wearing a white t-shirt, and it was just like covered in black, and I was like, what is on me? And it turned out it was that bag, and I could start to see kind of the damage of the bag as the dye was coming off. It was an original black bag, but for whatever reason the dye was not doing a great job on that bag, so I ended up selling it. I do want to purchase another Diana flap in the future, but I would love to get this style. I really love this one the most, and yeah, it's just a beautiful bag and something that I got for such a great deal, and it is my only sort of smaller, lighter colored Chanel bag. So for now I am keeping her. She's gorgeous, and yeah, that is my Diana flap. And my other vintage handbag from Chanel is this beauty. This is the oldest handbag in my collection. She is over 30 years old, and she is absolutely stunning. This is a 1 series mini square in the larger size with the gold plated hardware, which is absolutely stunning. It's got the flat CCs. Just take everything out. She did come with her very vintage dust bag here. So this bag actually has a similar layout to the classic flaps, where she's got like the 2 pockets with the little lipstick compartment in the middle there, and the zipper compartment that also has the little, I can't even get that in the camera, but the little Chanel CC zip pull. And so she was in really great condition considering her age, but I will say that the gold hardware is starting to chip a little bit, so you can see some silver coming through with the gold, but I love the way that looks. I think it, you know, gives it a little bit of character. It is a vintage bag. She's not trying to look any younger. You know, she's got some flaws, she's got some wrinkles just like me, and I feel like she's just such a beauty. And there's something about a vintage handbag that just does something to any outfit that I wear anyway, since my style is so basic. But this bag just looks so stunning when I wear it. I'm so happy, and I'm thrilled to have her in my collection. And my last 4 bags are all classic flaps, which are my favorite handbag that Chanel makes. The first one I have to show you is this one. This is the newest bag in my collection, or new to me in my collection, that I purchased off of another Japanese seller on eBay, and it is in this beautiful tweed that is kind of black, white, and beige, and there's a little bit of a silver thread going through. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little shine to the threading on that. I was so thrilled with what I was able to purchase this bag for. I do think the pre-loved market is definitely the way to go with classic flaps, just because they are so expensive now to buy new. But here is what she looks like. She is black on the interior. I'm just gonna take out her pillow and her dust bag. And so you can see the inside details there. She's made in France, as all of them are, and she's just stunning. She's a beautiful, beautiful bag. I really wanted a tweed bag and a tweed jacket from Chanel that is still on my wish list, which I'll talk about at the end of the video. But yeah, I love this bag. It really sort of completes my collection of classic flaps, and she's not going anywhere. And my next Chanel classic flap is this beauty. This is the Chanel classic flap in the medium large size in the dark red color with the silver hardware. And this bag is such a stunner. I picked this up also pre-loved on eBay, and she came with everything. She's got silver hardware, and I just love the color of this red. It's not too warm, not too cool, not too bright. It's just kind of the perfect red that goes with everything in my very basic neutral wardrobe. So I always wanted to have a red classic flap in my collection, and now I finally do, and I'm so thrilled, and she could not be more beautiful. And my next classic flap from Chanel is this one. This is in the Beige Claire lambskin leather with the silver hardware. I also purchased this bag a few years ago, or many years ago now, pre-loved, and she was in great condition. I do keep all of my bags, I should have mentioned, stuffed with a bag shaping pillow, and if they came with a dust bag, then I will put the dust bag inside. This one did not. And this one is in lambskin leather, but the lambskin is a lot tougher. It may be because she's a newer bag, but it's not quite as smooth as some of my older bags. So yeah, not all lambskins are created equal. And in this case, this is the bag that I do use the least in my collection. I always say I'm gonna use it more, and just because of the color, unless I'm wearing like my Chanel shoes and I want a matching bag, I've been known to throw this one on, but I don't use her quite as much as I would like, but she is such a stunner and such a classic color that she's not going anywhere, and really thrilled to have this handbag in my collection. And the last of my Chanel classic flaps and my favorite handbag in my whole collection is this one. This is my Chanel classic flap medium large in the black lambskin leather with the silver hardware. This is definitely my most used of my classic flaps. She is a stunner. The lambskin on this is so soft. It's amazing. I got her pre-loved. This is absolutely gorgeous. She was in such great condition. I should have showed you that she has the burgundy interior, and like I said, I keep her stuffed with her dust bag and pillow. She's got her authenticity card in there, and she's just such a stunning, perfect size, classic Chanel bag that will be with me for my lifetime, and she's just a stunner. So yeah, my favorite handbag in my whole collection would be this one. So that is everything I have in my Chanel collection at this time. I thought I'd talk about a few things that I have sold and a few things that I have on my wish list that I think would really kind of round out and complete my collection. I did sell this year my Diana flap, as I mentioned, since I did have that rubbing issue with the dye coming off. I sold the red square Chanel flap that was also in pre-loved condition. I got that on Fashion File, and I did end up selling it back to Fashion File because I just wasn't getting the wear out of it. It wasn't really quite the right red for me, so I let that one go. And then I also sold my larger, as I talked about, Chanel Kelly bag in order to help fund the current Chanel Kelly bag that I purchased. So still on my wish list would be that same larger size Kelly bag in the black lambskin leather with the silver hardware, which I know may take years to find, but I am keeping it on there. I'm also still looking for a walk with the chevron style walk in the black lambskin leather with the silver hardware, and if anyone out there is selling one or knows of someone selling one or has seen one out on the pre-loved market, please do let me know. I've seen a lot of them in caviar, but it's hard to find lambskin, and when I do, it's hard to find silver hardware, so that remains on my wish list and is probably like a longer term thing. I'd also love to get a Chanel tweed jacket at some point. I've been looking on the pre-loved market for the exact right one. I just haven't found it, so it has remained on my wish list. So yeah, that is everything I've sold, everything on my wish list, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and as always, have a great week, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.